Therapy Simulator just got a big update. We haven't played this for a while because I felt like we had pretty much tested everything in the game, and when the first game had released, it had less in it than the demo. But now there is stuff being added, and Jimboy let me know about it, and he let me know that updates are going to be coming pretty consistently. So if you're a fan of this game, that is something to be excited about. I am very excited about that. Let's take a look at what actually is happening. And the most recent major update is the dynamic session fees and cleaning. So now I believe the goal is working up to where customers will start coming back to you on a repeat basis. And that way, when you're talking on the conversation and you say, okay, let's talk about this next week, they'll actually potentially come back next week, depending on your relationship and how your conversation went, of course. And then, of course, there is also going to be cleaning. So your office will just randomly have dirt and grime and trash. Who leaves that around? Anyways, you'll have to clean that up and it'll affect the price you could earn for the day. The dynamic session fees. The session fee is no longer just a flat 200. Now your session fee will be modified based on your experience, employees, office animals, and how you clean your office. Whether you pay your employees or not, you can see the current session fee on the whiteboard right next to your computer. And then if we look at the February roadmap, they're looking to add the store. So you'll be able to customize your office space very soon. A janitor employee will help you clean. An assistant therapist will help you take sessions for you, which I am probably the most excited about that. And then they're offering more office pets. Right now there's only a cat and a dog. I don't know what else they could add, but I am very curious. And then if we look at the update that happened right before that, it was just a more minor update, but they add a new employee, which is a marketing manager, and they increase the patient inflow to your office. My goal is to definitely get into that today. And added options for different screens, full screen, windows, so forth. Replace some of the icons in the computer with in-game photos. There fixed issues where a player would get stuck because of the dog. We never ran into that because we didn't get the dog yet. And then they added a new Twitch functionality where the chat can play as patients in the game. Now, I am not on Twitch. I don't really love how Twitch has a lot of their policies compared to Kick. That's why I switched over to Kick, even though my primary, without doubt, is YouTube. Not there, so we're not testing that today. Most of my viewers don't watch on Twitch either. Most of the people I found on Twitch were always bots, but other platforms seem to have more realistic people. So with that being said, we're not testing that out today, but I am letting it be noted here that if you are a Twitch streamer, you can have your community play as the patients within the game. And this goes along with numerous small bug fixes. So with that being said, we're going to jump in the game and we're going to test it out for ourselves. Comment down below how you're loving the game and if you've tried it out for yourself. Back where we left off, I think we had just completed our first week. Yes, we got $4,000 or doll hairs, however you want to look at that. The city's still vibrant. Those are the same cars, different colors. Yeah, they're all the same car, just different color. Okay. You thought we wouldn't notice that, did you? Assistant intern. Security. Hopefully we can actually buy these things now. Because when I look at the doors now, still can't purchase them at least the old way we could in the demo. Perhaps that has changed to be a computer-only thing. Let's go take a look at the computer. What is that? It's garbage? Oh no, somebody littered. I think I do recall this being a feature. Oh, every time we clean it, the session fee goes up. You know what? Anybody else got some garbage in there? Anybody else got some garbage? Some milk? Who leaves milk in here? Why'd you have milk in the first place? Okay, those went up. Let's take a look at management. We can hire a secretary. We'll take care of your schedule and book appointments for you. I feel like that's the easy part. We probably don't need that. Why you like simulation so much, mister? It's fun. Simulation lets you simulate everything. It is probably in my top 3 genres of games ever invented. We also have a marketing manager. And then we have, should we save up for the 12,000? I feel like that's the most important one. No, he's coming soon. We can't have him yet. We'll do the marketing manager. That's our goal. Let's try to get the marketing manager today. And then that's still coming soon, as they said. The bills, got paid those every day. And maybe we'll get one of the therapy animals. Health anxiety. That is new. We've never seen that before. How do we do this again? Workaholic. I think that's new. Hoarding and social anxiety we've seen before. Oh, we click. I was trying to drag it. Just like some of you trying to drag the day off.
Has been expecting you.
Thank you, Sadong. And thank you for the roast, Shaw. I appreciate that. Let's start our day. You know what? We should have left the garbage on the table so that they could smell it while they're in the room. Do you think they'd have a reaction? If there is garbage there tomorrow, we're just going to leave it. Bro, she looked like she came out the street. She got like the girly girl pants and then she got like the cholo shirt. I don't know if she's going to rob me. Look at that. She looked angry already. You have health anxiety. You look like you're about to rob me. I'm scared. I'm super scared. Breathe the fashion. We can do this. Close the door. Don't murder me. How can I help you? I keep thinking every little pain means I have something seriously wrong. Well, let's create a plan to manage these. I don't know if I can control these thoughts on my own. Well, lucky for you, we're not alone. We'll work through this step by step. We'll be good to our first patient. The second one, we might be a little rude. What? Y'all hear that? Blackie trying to be a patient right now. He won't come over here. Oh, there he is. He did come over here. He's trying to be a patient. Do you also have health anxiety, Blackie? No? Do you have schizophrenic disorder? No? Do you just like cuddling? Oh yeah, I like that too. Well, here is your daily cuddle. We're gonna charge him a lot for this. That's $400, okay? Okay. I don't think we're gonna get paid. I guess it'll be, I guess we'll be paid through, love. I can accept love from a cat. You're such a good boy. You're a beautiful boy. New cat? How long? No, this is one of the original 3. This is one of our original 3. King Onion over there, he's sleeping. He never comes say anything on stream anymore. But this was one of our original 3. We had two Onions and Blackie. He's been with us since the beginning. When we first started streaming, I could fit him in my hand. I could fit all of them in my hand. Now he's this big boy. This big, slinky boy. Look at that. Almost same size as my face. Maybe a little bigger. Look, there's his butt. Woo! Okay, go have fun, Blackie. I love you. Y'all have to pay for that. No butt cheeks for free. Link in bio. Thank you. I know it helps. I don't have a face this alone. I'm glad she feels good about that. But that face does not say it looked good. Does not say it looked good. Every time I feel dizzy, I convince myself it's a brain tumor. Could you commit to calling a friend instead of Googling symptoms? Let's say that. Sure, calling a friend will magically cure your imaginary brain problems. We'll say that's a good first step, because we're not trying to be too rude to the first one, but we are trying to get the devil achievement. That's good. That's good. I'm glad you like that. I'm glad you like that, Kelly. So I should focus on between our next session. Let's track your progress, and we'll review what you worked next time. We always got to get them to come back. We always got to get them to come back. And I think he added that to the game, where they will come back, and you'll have a continued story. I think he's working on that. W Jim Boy for that. Now get out of here. Pay me and leave. Look at that. Our kind apprentice actually went up. I think that changed, too. Look at this guy. You look beautiful today. I hope you brought your wallet. Come on back. Come on back. We're not going to treat him too good. Come and have a seat. You're going to love it. How can I ruin your day? He's a workaholic. His name is also Patrick Carlson, and he looks like Patrick from GTA 4. Y'all see that? He kind of looked like that a little bit. And he sounds like one of the characters from Schedule 1. I can't stop working. It's destroying my relationships with everyone. What do you think drives you to do that? I guess maybe I'm scared of what happens if I'm not productive. So you're afraid of being normal and having a balanced life? His mustache makes his face look so bad. That's not helpful at all. I came for actual support. Well, I am serious though. Do you even remember to have fun anymore? I'm going to report you and leave. What happens if they report us? What happens if we get reported? Who are they going to report us to? Ourselves? We're the boss. I'll make sure to put that in the trash section of our email. What's up, Shamir? What is the bar up there? This is early access. We play tested it, and now it's in early access. So it is available on Steam now. And it seems like it's going to be updated pretty often. And the bar up there is just how good or evil we are. I sincerely apologize. Oh, he wanna get out. That's what he wanna do. Look at his eyes. He's so angry. My partner says I've missed some very important. Blackie just threw something across the room. Y'all see that? He was not happy with his therapy session. My partner says I've missed a very important event the past year. Make a commitment to attend one important event a month without working. That sounds good. Yeah, it is doable. Sure, but are you actually gonna do it? Or are you gonna bail last minute like always? Let's focus on how to make this about you, not me. You keep deflecting instead of taking responsibility for hurting me. I'm glad he can recognize that. We're making progress. Now he knows how he makes other people feel. What's up, Veretto? I'm not sure this session has been helpful or worth my time. We'll give it another try next week, and we'll try things differently. So we treated him like absolute garbage, and he's still gonna come back. That's how you run a successful business. Let's get it! Uh-oh. I forgot how to stand up for a second. Hoarding. We have that guy. You're the social anxiety guy? I thought somebody else was out here waiting. Well, that guy's coming. Okay. How can I help you today, Mrs. Hoarder? She's not even looking at us. She's not even looking at us. I want to be a therapist getting paid to treat people like garbage. Sounds fun. It is. I can't throw anything away. My apartment is completely filled with stuff. No hoarder ever admits that. If you've ever met a hoarder, they don't just tell you that up front, they hide it. I think she's a psychopath. That sounds really overwhelming. I'm here to help you work through this. I don't know where to start. Everything feels important to me somehow. It's okay to feel attached. We can take small steps over time. You're welcome. Can you leave a 5-star review? The last guy left a 1-star. My family won't visit anymore because there's nowhere to sit down. You're pathetic, even if you can't maintain relationships because of the problem. That's too harsh even for Nomadic Bule. Even in a video game. Would you be willing to try discarding one item before our next session? Old magazines? How impressive you're still drowning in your own garbage. We're gonna say that. We'll continue to work on this next time. I am very dismissive. Just like I'm about to dismiss you out the door. Yes, let's see if they actually come back. I think that's a new system in the game. Also, I think that right there is new. You can come in. Take a seat. Come on, social anxiety guy. Like a wannabe hitman with no style. Does he not look like he wants to be part of the Hitman games, but just can't? We have 2 more. That guy is huge. Kian Nagasaki. I can handle being around people. I just freeze up immediately. Oh, I can't handle. See, I'm going to read these in a way that makes it even funnier than it actually is. And it's not even on purpose. That sounds really difficult. We've done this one before, so we'll kind of glide through it. What's one small thing we could work on together? At parties, I stand in the corner and make eye contact with anyone. You could try greeting at least one person at the next gathering. Let's practice a simple greeting together right now. That's new. I think that's new. Okay, so I'm back from pooping. On a scale of 1 to 5, what kind of star rating would you give the poop? We must know the answer to this. A 5? Everyone, make sure you get into Ruben's DMs. He knows the best pooping locations. If you want a good, successful poop, he's the guy to set you up on the throne. Okay, that sounds manageable. Let's try it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm glad you're feeling hopeful. Try to do this before the next time I see your ugly face, okay? Bye-bye. Low-key, I think that's different. Trust issues. I'm sure you are. Pessimism? Emotional repression. Get in there! Why'd it freeze up like that? Nah, I'm rejecting you. I don't want nobody with glasses. Anyways. Raymond Doss. I just can't trust anyone anymore, not after what happened. Let's identify one small step of what rebuilding trust means. Wow, a shocking development. You're scared of trying. I'm just trying to challenge your thinking here, bud. You're supposed to help me, not make me feel worse. I'm supposed to collect rent. That's what I'm supposed to do. Everything else is optional. My partner lied about something important. I feel so betrayed. Have you been able to communicate how this betrayal affected you? I tried, but it just got defensive and shut down, just like you're doing right now. That's natural. That's natural. This is giving me a lot to think about. Practice self-compassion and we'll continue next time. You're welcome, lunatic. Come on in, sir. Come on in. How are you that tall? You're actually not that tall when I'm standing next to you. But out there, you look like you were a giant. That's crazy. Cassette Station, Antarctica? Oh, Casey Station, Antarctica. That's the best place for pooping? Just go right in the snow. Right in the snow. Just, you don't even have to dig in the dirt. You just go in the snow. When it thaws, you know, it's practically gone anyways. That's good advice. I keep everything bottled up inside, and I don't know how to stop. Balling things up? How original. Everybody thinks they invented suffering. That's not really helpful. I came here for actual report. I'm being real with you. Cuddling hasn't helped you so far. Knock me one more time, I'm walking out. You didn't even have an appointment, sir. Let's focus on what's working instead of getting stuck on my approach. He's so angry. The worst part is I cry alone, but never around other people. Crying alone is your mind's way of releasing what you won't share openly. In other words, you're a coward. I never thought about it that way before, but it makes sense. Understanding the why is the first step to changing pattern. Look at us getting all philosophical in here. I'm going to work on that, thank you. Understanding yourself is cute, but let's see if you actually do anything. Loser. By the way, I joined student council like 2 months ago, and I got accepted. Congratulations! Congratulations! Y'all, we might actually be able to... You can come in, I think. If we can get through the day. It's 3 p.m. We might... I think we close at 4. Let's see what happens. I have to make a report on Kingdom of that word. Make a miniature house, and much more. That's actually kind of cool. I did that in my set design class. Having to make house models. I loved that class. Mila Lang. Everything always goes wrong, so why bother trying anymore? You know how she says that so happily? Why bother trying anymore? What a coincidence. Let's identify one small thing you could try this week. I don't follow through on anything. What's the smallest thing you could do, Mila? What's the smallest thing? I've applied to 3 jobs and got rejected. You want to work here? If you apply to work for me, I'll reject you and you can make it 4. Then you only have 1 more till 5. What can you learn from those rejections? Maybe I could get feedback. That's an excellent incentive. You should do that. You know what else? You should maybe try to make an appointment before just walking in. I think we've seen her before. Now that I think about it, last time we played, I think we've seen her before. We're at 6,000, which means we can actually buy the thing next time. Yeah! Should help double her money. Why is she walking like that? She kind of looked like one of those YouTubers, doesn't she? She looked familiar. Marching and doing parade thing, kind of hard, but I exactly know how to reload a musket. That's what you do for a student council? Student council's got to carry a musket? Can't have no rebellions going on in the student council. They make sure you turn your paperwork in on time. That's crazy. Leia Lee. Leia Lee. Do you have a musket, Leia Lee? I can't keep up with my moods anymore. They're all over the place. Well, that usually means she probably does have a musket. Let's start by tracking your mood patterns. We had this one before. We can start small and simple. Do a journal tonight. Manic episodes, I can't sleep. Perfect time for journaling. No shopping sprees, though. I get really talkative and need less sleep for several days beforehand. Does that do anything? I feel more hopeful that we have some direction. Just don't let a little hope make you forget the reality of next week. See, you felt good till the end, didn't you? Then you all came crashing down. Tomorrow, we're not going to clean up all the trash. Let's go ahead and buy our thing. Higher. Yeah. Okay. Wait, did that go up? Marketing manager gets 10%. This is actually not what I thought it was. My grandfather older than Indonesia, by the way. What, really? Wait, Indonesia became independent in 1945. How old is that? That was 81 years ago. That's actually not as long as I thought it would be. There's a lot of people lived to 81. He was born in 1928. Older than Croatia? That is a weird fact. He was born in 1928? That's 98 years old. Chat, you're never going to believe this when I tell you. I promise you it's the truth. 100% I promise you this is the truth. That's actually older than I am. It's true. Oh, he passed away in 2019? Well, it doesn't count if he already passed away. I thought you were talking like he's still alive. Virtual bait? I don't know what that says. Let's look at what our person is planning. Ma'am? She has microwave lasagna and endless amounts of beer. She has no real chair. Engagement, boosters, trending now, content calendar, analytics, research, impressions. Okay, well, this stuff seems good. Those are all her phones and cameras. Create, publish, optimize, community growth hacks. Okay, this is good. This is good. I don't know who these pictures are. I hope these are not the families of people we're doing stuff with. What does your shirt say? She doesn't even have a real light. We're just turning on and off her lamp. You know what? She needs time. She needs time. Let's go ahead and take a look-ski here. So we have that. I guess next we'll do this. We only need 4,000 for that. And then as soon as that releases, we're going to be back in here doing that. I hate that we can't purchase so many things. Like all these rooms. I wish I would have bought more rooms in the demo when they were available. Because now I'm curious how they all changed. We're leaving that one. We're leaving that one on the table. Just to see. Just to see the difference. I want to know if they acknowledge it or not. Okay, calendar. We got cynicism. We got loneliness. And we're going to end our day with a little bit of depression. Just like your average American. Come on in, ma'am. Come on in. Yeah, come on. I don't know why I need to wait for you to sit down. What was that picture? Oh, that looked like a face for a second. Let's turn that on. It makes it warm and inviting. Let's see if she says anything. Have I played Resident Evil 4 in this channel before? I have not played on this channel before, no. Everyone's out for themselves, and nothing really matters in the end anyway. You know what? You're right. I don't even know why you're at therapy. You must be fun at parties. Got such a sunny outlook. You're right. I apologize. You didn't like that. I trust people, and they always end up letting me down. Sounds like you picked the wrong people to trust. What would trusting someone again cost you versus staying closed off, though? You can't ask for birthday money if you stay closed off. Loneliness is a high price to pay. You're right, I never thought about that. I'm sure you didn't. I'm sure you don't think about much. That's why you're here. Maybe things don't have to be this way forever. Change takes time and moving in the right direction. You're welcome. Did we get a bonus for that? He's got depression. He looks like he's got depression. Are you in a rock band? They didn't say nothing about that, though. It just affects how much we get. Let me request it on the Discord. One day we might do that. We got a lot of really good games cooking this year. Not even for the demos, but in our in-betweens, everything else is just butter. We're drowning in the gravy. This year is looking good for the games, y'all. Like, I can't even tell you. Some of the games so good, we even have it just going straight to YouTube. We don't even have it on the live stream, but it's so good. This year is good for gaming. It will be magnificent. I feel so empty inside, like nothing matters anymore. Well, let's start with one small thing you can do today to feel better. I don't know if I can. Everything feels impossible. What's an activity you used to bring joy? I lost my job, my relationship, and ended around the same time. He completely dismissed everything we said, so I'm going to insult him. Wow, 2 birds, 1 stone. You're efficient. We should focus on something more practical. Look at his ugly face. Maybe next time you won't be so easily offended and you'll answer my questions when I ask them. Come on, lonely woman. Come tell me about all the problems. Well, shall we start with your outfit? Mendoza? I feel so alone all the time, like nobody really cares about me. That sounds really difficult. I want to help you through this. I don't really care. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overreacting. Your feelings are valid. That's pretty much all you have to say to gain money. Is you just say, it's okay, little one. Your feelings are valid. And all of them are happy. I've tried reaching out, but everyone has their own friend groups. Of course they do. You probably seem desperate and needy. Do you have the fear? Do you think that the fear of rejection is holding you back by chance? Well, that fear is just making you more pathetic and isolated. So what would happen if somebody did say no to your invitation? I guess it wouldn't really end the day. It wouldn't. I think I can handle rejection better than I thought I could. Practice asking people out for coffee until it feels natural. Tomorrow, when we open our doors, we're not cleaning anything. Nothing. Divorce. Yeah, I can see why. I mean, that doesn't sound too bad. There's a lot of Resident Evil 4 that's a lot of free pirated versions. We don't want pirated versions! That does not help the game developers who dedicated their lives' work! My divorce is finally happening, and I feel like a whole life is falling apart. You're being ridiculous. People get divorced every day. That sounds incredibly difficult, and you're valid, because validity brings money, even though it accomplishes nothing. I don't know if I can handle all the changes coming my way. That is very frightening. Let's identify one step you can take control. The hardest part is facing the holidays alone and telling all my friends. How do you think they'll actually react, though? Her last name is Burgos. I would be more concerned about that. Who cares what they think, though? If they judge you harshly, like, they're probably miserable, too. How's she mad about that? Maybe you're too sensitive to handle real therapy. Yeah, get out of here, you coward. Who's next? For someone working in marketing, she didn't bring us a whole lot of new people today, did she? $2,000 for each of the pets. Yo, marketing! Is this all you do the whole time? You just stand at the wall? You know, you have 2 walls you could stare at. I hope over time we're able to upgrade the rooms. Like, this is just tier 1, and then it goes tier 2 and tier 3. That would be super cool. Because I'd love to see more stuff be added in here. Opening this room in the demo was incredibly funny. And surprising. Maybe the most shocking thing I've seen in gaming so far. Like, that just took me completely out of left field. Is really nobody else coming? Well, alright then. Time to go home. Let the marketing person do their job. 2 patients offended. I think that'll be fine. Victim mentality, seasonal depression, inferiority complex, burnout, and chronic boredom. We're going to put them last so they're in the waiting room, stacking up their boredom. That's what we're going to do. Let's see if they say anything about these. He got the nomadic Bule face, but I do not have that kind of facial hair. Looks like I just got out of bed. I do not sound like that. Get in there. Nah, his hair's not long enough. Yeah. How can I help you, Mr. Victim Mentality, Tyler Clayton? He's sitting right on the trash. Kind of makes it look like he farting. Kind of look like he farting. Mr. Doctor Blame is more offensive. Chronic boredom. You can play PS4 Detroit Become Human. That's what we should tell him. Play Detroit Become Human. That'll fix chronic boredom. Nothing ever goes right for me. Everyone always treats me so badly. Well, what patterns do you notice about these situations? I don't know. Maybe just noticing the bad stuff. Well, what's one concrete step you could change? Look at his face. He looked like he pooped his pants. The whole stink aura doesn't help that image either, but it does kind of... His face matches, that's all I'm saying. His family never listens and my boss always blames me for everything. Well, maybe they're right, and you're just refusing to see it. So let's focus on what you can do in these relationships. I suppose I could try speaking up instead of staying quiet. And how will you practice this? Yeah, you need to stop waiting for change. I'm nervous, but I think I can do it. Great. Now remember this and come back again, where I will charge you double. That's one person? He was just the first, right? Nobody has said anything about my garbage. Don't you like the new decor? Also, we never even turned the lights on in this room. We're just therapeuticizing in the dark. We're just therapeuticizing in the dark. I always feel like everyone around me is better than I am. That's weird. That's weird. So you decided everyone got good genes and you didn't. Let's identify one thing you can do. It feels overwhelming to even try. Well, the small steps are fine. Go at your pace. He looks so stoned right now. Artwork. Artwork. At work, I consistently think my coworkers are judging me for my mistakes. But do they actually do that, or is it just your internal narrative? No one has directly criticized me. I assume they're thinking it. What evidence contradicts you that everyone is judging negatively? Maybe somebody actually likes you. Probably not, but maybe. Exactly, he promoted you. So you're getting money. It's okay if you're hated as long as you're getting money, right, Jackson? You're on the right path. Keep questioning those automatic thoughts. Practice. I don't think that's a good one. Don't worry, you'll probably find something else to feel inferior about. But you can practice noticing evidence daily, and we'll review next time. Okay, it still is not... No one is talking about my beautiful garbage. I think that's a tuna can. That's a whole can of tuna wasted on these guys. Well, that's sad. How's it going? So you got seasonal depression? It's probably because your last name's Dixon. This woman was in here the other day. Yeah, she looks a little weird. You can go in now. I'll hold your hand. Nice and slow. Just this way. Just this way. Yeah. She's probably not coming back out. Every winter I feel so low, like I can't even get out of bed. Tell me more about how these feelings started and what triggers them. I'm not sure where to begin. It just happens every year. Your feelings are valid. Saying that gets us money, chat. I know we say it every single patient, but it's what makes the money. Maybe you're just afraid of a little cold weather outside. Maybe that's why you don't got the energy. I apologize. That was insensitive. I don't think that actually was. Consider getting a light therapy lamp for your home workspace. Sounds manageable. I can try that. And don't forget to order tissues for your daily pity party. I'm willing to keep working on this. I'm glad you are. Remember to track your progress so we can make fun of you in the near future. Good day, madam. I assume you're a madam. I don't know, though. Come in. You're next. Get going, fancy Janes. They're moving so slow. Madeline. I'm so tired. I can't keep going like this anymore. That sounds really hard. Tell me what you're experiencing. I don't know if I can handle it all. Stop whining and tell me. Let's identify it. I haven't slept in probably weeks. See, you should have started with that. And you should probably be going to a real doctor. Have you considered talking to your boss about your work overload? I'm scared he'll think I'm weak or fire me. That's understandable, but your health matters more. Good. Talk to them next week. I'm proud of you. Come back and see me and tell me about how you failed. Or succeeded. It'd be nice if somebody succeeded here. You probably won't, but I'll take you in anyways. Y'all, really? Okay. They look grumpy. They're like the grumpy twins. Nomadic Revolt is the best era of this whole thing. Because we got to beat Ruben's revolution every day. We gotta suppress Ruben. All his musket training. And he still acknowledges it was the best era. Everything feels so dull and repetitive, like I'm just going through the motions. That sounds really difficult to experience after every single day. I don't know, maybe it's always been like that. It's okay to feel uncertain. Nothing excites me anymore. Hobbies, work, seeing friends. Have you ever experienced any major life changes? Because that's probably why. You're probably bored. My job changed. I moved cities about 6 months ago. So you're bored because you made bad life choices. That's what it is. Thank you for recognizing. You're welcome. You're welcome. I see these changes have contributed to my boredom. Start rebuilding those routines and connections then. Caring professional. We upgraded. That gets us more pay. Anybody else? I'm gonna have to fire that marketing agent. I expect my hallways to be overloaded. Not really. If y'all remember last time, our hallways were so overloaded that we could go several days worth of gameplay with the people we had standing in that hallway. I need everyone to do things my way or everything falls apart. Oh, she's a control freak. That's what it is. Sounds like Ruben during his revolution. Anyways, it sounds like you're carrying a lot of pressure to keep things together. I guess it just feels like I don't manage everything myself. Well, maybe you should stop whining and trust people in your life. Take time. There's no rush. Figure it all out today. See, she looks so happy. Before, she looked like she was going to throw us out the window. My teamwork represents me not because I micromanage every single detail. Maybe it would work better if you weren't so insufferable. Do you think your control might stem from fear? You think what people think if things go wrong. Many people with control issues have experienced loss or inability before. So we're bringing up the past, and that actually worked well. Talking about the past. Usually women don't like that. Good to know you actually follow through instead of just talking. Practice letting one of the small things going each day of the week. Next! Claustrophobia. Are we scaring you? I think she's lying. She doesn't seem that scared. Notice how I sit down faster than she does? I can't handle being in small spaces. It makes me panic. So you're afraid of a little closet? Let's practice some breathing exercises. I'm not sure breathing will help when I'm trapped. Your fears are valid. Now give us money. I avoid elevators, crowded trains, and even small rooms at work. Well, this is a small room. And you had to wait in the lobby. And you had to use an elevator to get up here. What is this woman talking about? What physical sensations do you experience? Heart races, I sweat, I feel like I can't breathe. How long do they last? 10 to 15 minutes, but feels like forever. Should I keep a journal when these happen? A journal for being scared. How very dramatic. I think that's actually what we recommended the first time. Yes, tracking patterns will help us understand what triggers you. That's a great idea. Start tracking everything tonight. Yes, you will, Miss March Simpson. Anybody out here? I think you're doing more drinking than marketing. There's not a lot of viral bait going around here because we're closing early twice a week. You better be sleeping in here. I don't expect you to be making it home at any time. Let's see. What can we do here? Store is still coming. That's correct. Pay our bills. Hiring. It's kind of weird that it's $100 a day when you don't have employees, and it's still $100 a day when you have multiple employees. We'll hire the secretary. Take care of our schedule and book our patients. We don't have enough money yet. It's this we have money for. We're going to try the employees first. Technically, I think the dog and cat would be considered an employee. You can come in. We're going to skip you because of your mustache. Okay. We'll see you soon. He actually has a good color palette with his choice of clothing. I can't stop overthinking. You're being ridiculous. That sounds difficult. Let's identify one thing that you can overthink. I think we've seen this one before, so we're going to kind of... Yeah, he's a little mad. He's a little mad. That's okay. Look at that woman. She's also mad. Yeah, she's supporting. She loves what we're doing. What matters is strategies for moving forward. The session hasn't been helpful. Who are you to say that? Who are you to say that? You can come in now. Welcome in, madam. Anyone who stretches like that is allowed to come to therapy. You need it. You have to wait for the patient to sit down. He was! I just don't care about anything anymore. What's he have? Apathy? I think we've seen this before, but I don't remember that word. That sounds difficult. Let's see what he says. I guess it's been building up, but I feel kind of stuck. It's okay to feel stuck. We can work together. Everything feels like I'm going through the motions without any real purpose. Let's identify one activity you can try this week, no matter how small. I suppose I could try going for a walk outside. Walk, how original. Will you commit to walking for 10 minutes at least 3 times this week? I feel a little bit more hopeful now. I believe in you. See you next week. That was just weird. Like, I feel like we didn't accomplish anything with that. Yeah, you can come in. You're going to have to wait. Hypersomnia, whatever that means. I think it means she plays too much video games. I don't know who else does that. Nomad True fans are enough to fill a small bus. The small bus. We might not have a big audience during the live streams because most of the YouTube audience is European and American, so they don't really come and chill because it's their early morning, where for us it's at nighttime. So most of them are getting ready for work or at work. But let me tell y'all, we hit the right audience, and things are going very well at Nomadic Bule Central because we got the right audience, and that's all we need. We got the right ones, like Clara Ferguson and all the STDs she may contain. I keep ruining every good thing in my life right when it starts to work. Oh, she's self-sabotage. Well, that sounds really painful. I'm glad you're opening up with me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just scared of succeeding or something like that. Well, fear of success is actually more common than you may think. Like, I got promoted last month and immediately started missing deadlines on purpose. So you're going to throw away all your promotions, just like everything else in your life? Okay. Well, missing deadlines on purpose suggests you're protecting yourself from something. What is it? Maybe I'm scared. People will expect more from me if I actually succeed. That's true. If they do, then you need to ask for another pay raise. So you'd rather fail than try? That's pretty cowardly. I'm nervous, but also kind of excited to try something different this time. That's a great sign. We'll see you next time. Make sure you grab some of the pamphlets on the way out. Uh-huh.
Hmm.
We finally have enough, by the way. I think he'll just magically spawn in here if I hire him right now. We have to pay the bills first. That's crazy. He spawned on my lap!
Oh.
That's all she says. Oh?
Uh. Oh. Oh. Oh.
But if I need to use the computer, I can still just sit on top of her. That's nice. No Mad True fans are enough to hijack a Boeing 737.
Hmm.
We need to get a background check on this guy. Maybe a very deep and detailed background check. Mr. Secretary, can you do that out there for me, please? And set an appointment for Tuesday at 3 o'clock. Hypersomnia! I sleep 12 hours a day and I'm still exhausted all the time. Welcome in, Santa. What do you think might be causing this need for excessive sleep? I don't know, maybe stress or something deeper is going on here. Maybe that haircut's what's going on. Your awareness of the problem is important and the first step forward. I'm not sure that will help, but I guess I can try. That makes no sense to what we said. Sleep all the time and still tired? You need more sleep, bro. Have you considered just not waking up? Start with one change. Set an alarm, same time every day. I've missed work 3 times this month because I can't wake up. She is ignoring everything I'm telling her. Why is she here if she doesn't want my help? Missing work suggests severely impacting your daily routines and responsibilities. You're gonna get sued. You're losing control? I absolutely agree. Let's see how to gain control again. Should I make changes to my routine before the evaluation happens? Yes! Write down everything you notice and we'll plan for it. You didn't write that down. You're already failing. That was very confusing because what she said did not match what we were doing. It's weird seeing somebody there now. She seems happy. Eva King, PTSD. We've seen PTSD before, but not like this. I keep having nightmares about an accident and I can't sleep anymore. Well, that sounds incredibly difficult. I don't know if talking about it will even help. Well, let's stop whining and let's develop some grounding techniques. The flashbacks happen randomly, and I avoid driving now because of them. Avoidance reinforces fear, so understanding the pattern is important. So basically, stop doing that. She looks like she's about to fall asleep right now. Miss every midday work? Why not night shift? That's a good point. I think she sleeps in the night and the day, though. Change is hard, but you've already survived the worst part of this. I want to believe things can improve, but I'm still pretty scared. Practice the small steps and evaluate for next time. There's always got to be a next time. If they stop coming, we run out of business. I hired you and people stopped coming in here. What is the deal with all of you hirees? Marketing manager made no real influx. She's out there. I don't know what she's doing. My boyfriend keeps putting me... I did not expect that. My boyfriend keeps putting me down and I don't know what to do. Toxic boyfriend. Okay. That sounds really difficult. I guess I'm scared because I've invested so much time. Valid! You gotta say that. It's signature. Yeah. He also controls who I see and checks my phone constantly. You clearly enjoy drama, or you'd have left already. Creating a safety plan for leaving might be a good first step. I'm afraid of his reaction. We can work on some resources. I feel hopeful knowing there's a chance. I think I'm ready to start making changes now. I believe in you. And I am financially here for you to take your payments whenever you need more help. Good day, sir. Get out of here. Oh, the secretary has her own office. Nothing really weird in here, except the wallpaper. Kind of looks nice, though. Why does she have a whole wardrobe here? What does this say? Case numbers. Nothing crazy. A painting I'm assuming she did herself. An important notice that she has covered up with the keypad. Toilet paper and hand lotion side by side.
Bruh.
Toilet paper and lotion side by side. Our secretary be doing something a little weird. I don't know if that's a secretary chair or a cook chair. And then we have an alcoholic. What kind of operation are we running here? On the next day. Just see how she's going to book her appointments, if it's more efficient or not. And then we have a demo to check after this, too. Okay, so she should have already booked them, right? She's not going to be in here. No. Okay. There's no one here yet. I'm concerned. Rent and then wages. Okay. So we got a full thing today. Oh, wait. So she books our appointments, but we still have to start day? I don't like that. I expected that to be like a cheat code to just get things going. Where's secretary, alcoholic manager? Oh, are we going to have next? A monarchist therapist? I think that might be the best part. Someone write that down. A sleepy cat that naps all day bringing cozy, calm vibes to your clinic. A gentle therapy dog walks around spreading love. Let's do that one, because he actually walks around. The other one, I'm a cat person, but he just lays around, it says. Where's the doggo? Are you going to walk around and do stuff? He's got some really long whiskers.
Oh.
Look, they both make the same noises.
Oh.
What noise does this a marketing person make? Yeah, she sounds like an alcoholic.
Oh.
I think she took that as a compliment. When? Okay, we're doing another test. It's 5 p.m. How long will it go? Because I put this in suggestions last time that sometimes the patients last too long. So we're going to see. We're going to see. I'm saving for years, and I'm going to try to get a laptop. That would be cool. That would be cool. Start your own conspiracy theory website, Ruben. Put some conspiracy theories in the Discord that we could start for Nomadic Bule. Not about Nomadic Bule, but like Nomadican lore. Something like that. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. That's, wait, what is this? Feeling jealous? Oh, we've done this. Let's focus on, how you can get that. Look, there's a doggy. Does it stem from betrayal? So you're projecting your ex's behavior? Do you by chance take medication? She does. She does. So yeah, it's 6 o'clock now. We're going to see how long the day goes. Last time, it just died at 5. But you could infinitely keep going and see as many patients as you wanted through 5 o'clock. Narcissism. We've seen this many times. Nobody appreciates how much I do or recognize my obvious talents. Well, that sounds frustrating. This is a different dialogue tree, though. I'll go outside. Goodbye. Wish you luck. Thank you, Ruben. You as well. Don't get abducted by cannibals. Don't get abducted by cannibals. That's the only thing I can say. They're scary out there. What specific steps could you take to communicate your needs more clearly? My partner says I never listen. I only talk about myself. Well, try asking your partners more questions then. Seems doable. I have much more interesting things to happen. Track how that feels to listen instead of talk. I really want to make things with my partner better. I believe in your ability. I don't really. I don't really. Okay, 7 p.m. It's 7 p.m. now. I don't even think it's... Oh, I think the sky is changing a little bit. I was going to say, it'd be nice if it showed darkness outside as we're working late. We made a killing today. We made like $4,000 in one day, y'all. I found out my partner's been cheating on me for months. Well, look at your outfit. I don't blame him. I keep wondering what I did wrong. This isn't your fault. It's a choice. If you'll ever trust anyone, have you considered what steps you need to take to move forward? Because you can't change it. They said it meant nothing, but they keep lying about it. Maybe you should have paid more attention. Do you think staying together is what you truly want for yourself? Part of me loves him despite everything. Well, what would help you make a decision you can live with? Yes. Yes, remember to focus on what you can control. We got absolutely nowhere there. Anybody else out here? No? It is 8 p.m., but it's not dark outside. I would love to see it get dark. This is just me, though. Oh, yeah, we can close that. There, we're going to pretend like it's dark outside. I yanks you. I wake up every day wondering what the point of everything is. Oh, we've done this one just today, I think. Maybe 6 days ago. I turned 40 and everything felt pointless. What was different in your life before? I feel like nothing matters in the grand scheme. Well, what's one activity you can do that makes it feel like it matters? I was cooking dinner on Wednesdays. Oh, it's this guy. Well, that's wonderful. Not only could you cook dinner for yourself, you could bring it into me. I have 3 people out there. It's me, it's an alcoholic, she'll probably share with you. I have the secretary, she'll probably pass the lotion. Yeah, see, everything's good. Everything's good. You're such a good boy. So, yeah, they really are just cute things to look at. They said the cat just lays around. So, at least he walks. I'm assuming the cat will be in here, but I don't know. We're going to also try to get the cat so we can test that out next time we play. I think we've seen everything in this update, though. Say goodbye to our alcoholic.
Oh.
As she tries to figure out social media in the long run. Honestly, it's good additions. I'm excited to see where this game goes during each update. And I am most excited to see what's in all these other rooms and how they will change over time. Because we still have assistant intern, an accountant, and a storage room, which makes no sense because we don't need to store anything. And then, of course, we have the hangout lounge. So I'll be interested to see how all that changes. We'll see how all of that changes. If you're liking it, make sure you give it a like. If you dislike it, dislike it. If you love it, subscribe. Don't forget we go live every single day, except for Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. Jakarta time. I hope to catch you at one of those live streams. This is your #1 place for brand new games before they get released. But you can get this in early access right now on Steam.
Disconnected.